Alu Parathas are flatbreads from Punjab, and they're filled with a spicy potato mixture and cooked with a little ghee so that they're steamy on the inside with a spotty, crisp brown exterior. And they're often served alongside a tomato onion salad and a little yogurt.
Absolutely, Julia. There's many different versions of Alu Parathas, and I'm going to show you the version of our coworker, Kamudi Maratha. And her mom, Mira, has made this for many, many, many years, and she has shared with us some of her special techniques and her version.
Oh, I love it. That's so special.
Yeah. So let's start with the filling. The filling starts with the potatoes. So we have 1 pound of russet potatoes in here that are cut into about 1-inch pieces, and they're topped with cold water by about 1 inch. And we're just going to bring this up to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, I'm going to reduce the heat down to medium low, and we're going to simmer it for about 16, 17 minutes until they're nice and tender.
Okay.
Okay? All right, Julia, so our potatoes have been simmering for about 16 minutes. And then to test the potato, you just want to kind of pull one out and just put a knife into it, and it should easily slip right out. So these are perfect. Now let's just go strain them over in that sink. There we go. Shake off most of the water. Doesn't get any better than that. And now we're just I'm gonna mash them. So I'm just gonna use a potato masher, and you can also use a ricer, whatever you prefer. But the key is to make sure that they are mashed so that they're very fine. Now we're just gonna let these cool for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay? All right, Julia, our potatoes have cooled off. It's been about 20 minutes. So this is the filling for our Alu Parathas, and we're gonna add quite a few ingredients. We really want this to be very bold filling. One thing that Kamudi's mom really loves is cilantro. So we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of finely chopped cilantro, and we're gonna add a tablespoon of grated ginger. This is gonna add a nice spice, nice kick. Now we're gonna add amjour. Have you ever had amjour?
No.
It's wonderful. It's a mango powder, and it has like a nice fruity and tartness. You should actually take a little pinch.
It almost smells like tamarindy.
Yeah, it has a tartness to it.
Yeah,
definitely.
that's delicious.
Okay, so we're gonna add 1.5 teaspoons of amjour and cumin. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of cumin. And then we're gonna add 3/4 of a teaspoon of table salt. Now we're gonna add 1 Thai chili that I finely minced. Now we're gonna add some kalanji. Have you ever had kalanji?
It looks like nigella seed.
It is nigella
Oh,
seeds.
then
yeah,
yes.
It's another name of nigella seed. So we're gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of this, and this is gonna add a nice subtle allium flavor to it. And last but not least, ajwain. This is often used in Indian cooking. It's kind of like a digestive, and it has like a little hint of oregano to it. So we're just gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of this. All right.
That smells delicious.
Now I'm just gonna mix all this together. All right, our filling is ready. So I'm just gonna set this aside, and we're gonna move on to our dough.
Okay. Looking for kitchen inspiration on the go? Check out the America's Test Kitchen mobile app.
Cook with confidence and take our recipes, reviews, and more wherever you go.
Access thousands of fail-proof recipes, equipment reviews, how-to videos, and full episodes of our TV shows.
With smart searching, favorites, and other tools, it's your ultimate kitchen companion.
Download the America's Test Kitchen mobile app today.
All right, Julia, so our filling is all set, waiting for us. Now we're gonna move on to the dough. I have a food processor here, as you can see, but the dough for Alu Parathas is typically made by hand. Kamudi was very skeptical of using the food processor, and we really wanted to make this a little bit more approachable. She loved the results, and so here we are. So we're gonna start with our flour. Mira, Kamudi's mom, basically she likes to use maida. Maida is a type of flour that's a refined white flour, and we're gonna use all-purpose flour because they're most similar to each other. So I have 8 1/3 ounces of all-purpose flour, it's unbleached. And then we're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of table salt and 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. I'm just gonna pulse this together, about 5 1-second pulses. And now we're gonna add a little bit of fat. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Okay, it's gonna add a little richness to our dough. And I'm gonna pulse this until it's combined, about 5 pulses. Okay, so now I'm gonna add 1/2 cup plus 1 tablespoon of cold water. And I'm just gonna drizzle it in here slowly until it gets incorporated in a dough form. So it's gonna take about 30 seconds. Okay, our dough. Snap. Now I'm just gonna knead this for about 30 seconds until it comes together into a nice dough ball.
Now I notice you don't have any bench flour out here. You're just using a bare counter.
Using a bare counter and my bare hands.
Because you don't want to incorporate any more flour at this point. It would change the hydration level of the dough.
Exactly. So it's been about 30 seconds. Just come together nicely into a nice ball.
Oh, look at that.
Is that beautiful?
Very tidy. Yeah, it
Yeah.
firmed up a lot with just that little bit of kneading. You
Yeah.
really activated the gluten.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm just gonna put it into a bowl and let it sit for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna let it rest so it's easier to roll out. All right, Julie, we're getting closer. Our filling has cooled. Now we're gonna shape them into balls, 8 balls.
Okay.
So there's one. You wanna shape that into a ball for me?
Sure thing.
Awesome. Doesn't it feel nice? It's so soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our filling balls look fabulous. All right, so now I'm just gonna cover this with plastic wrap until we're ready to use them in just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have our dough and we're gonna divide this into 1 3/4 ounce balls.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna eyeball it to get us going. And then weighing it out is just gonna help us to really know for sure. 1 3/4. Okay, so now we're gonna shape these. We wanna form each one of these 8 dough balls into a nice taut ball. So we're not using flour or anything. This is a little tacky, which is good, and it's gonna stick to the counter. And basically what you do is you loosely cup your hand over it and you roll into a circular motion. And you just kind of do it until it just kind of transforms into this beautiful tight ball. All right, let's cover these.
Okay.
And then we want these to rest for another 15 minutes. All right, Julia, we are ready to roll. So we have our dough that's rested 15 minutes. We have our cooled balls. And I'm gonna take a little bit of flour up here. I'm gonna ask for your help. Can you dust lightly your work surface?
Sure.
Beautiful. Now we just wanna press this and roll this into a 4-inch disc.
Okay.
So again, just 4 inches.
Okay. Let's see. Yep. 4 inches.
Okay, wanna take a ball?
Okay.
And you put this right into the center. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take the dough, pull it up over it, and then I'm just gonna continue to pull up and pleat around.
Okay. Anchoring it in one spot
Anchoring
on the
it
top.
in one spot on the top.
Okay.
Took the words right out of my mouth. But now you wanna just pinch it because we want that to stay together.
Okay.
All right? Pinch and roll it over. So seam side down. We're gonna roll this out into 1/8 of an inch thick. So we need to be very gentle here. We don't want any breakthroughs.
Okay.
And again, use flour. It's really important to make sure that this does not stick to the counter. Roll nice and gently. Okay?
All right. How big should this be in
This
the
should
end?
be an 8-inch circle.
Okay. Okay, I think I am pretty much there. It's not exactly a round, but I think it's pretty close.
That's great.
Okay.
So now we just want to transfer this to the parchment paper.
Okay.
There. Awesome. And now we're going to move on to the next one.
Oh,
Keep going.
this is fun.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your help with rolling.
My pleasure.
That's great. They look beautiful. Now it's time to cook them. So I have a 10-inch cast iron skillet here, heated for about 5 minutes over medium heat, and I just turned the heat down to low. So I'm going to brush off the extra flour and brush the other side. So we put the dry paratha in,
Okay.
all right? But this is going to take a few seconds if you flip, so be patient.
Okay.
That has been about 30 seconds or so. I'm just looking up. You can see a little blonde kind of flecks right there. I'm going to flip it. Okay.
Okay.
Now we're going to cook the other side that has not seen the heat yet. And now I'm going to brush this side with ghee. Do you know what ghee is?
Yeah, it's a clarified butter, essentially.
Exactly. Yep. So I have a 1/4 cup of ghee here. So it's just melted butter that solids kind of separate from the fat, and it just adds a little bit of nutty flavor to it. Yep. Seeing spotty golden brown. So now I'm going to flip it back side down.
Ah, there's the sizzle.
Yep.
Woo!
Just going to press this down so we have that big bubble, wouldn't you say? I'm going to brush this side now with some more ghee.
Oh.
And we're cooking it fat side down for about 30 seconds. And as we cook, it's going to continue to take on color, and that's what we want. All right, see that?
Beautiful.
All right. Fat side down.
A little more browning on the
A little
second
more
time.
browning, yep. All right. I think we're there, Julia.
All right.
Okay. So we're going to put that right there. And if you could cover that over.
Yep. Keep it nice and warm.
You got it, yep. We have one resting. I'm wiping out the pan, getting ready for the next one. All we have to do is finish cooking off these parathas, and then we can eat.
Sounds good.
The moment we've been waiting for.
Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to give you one, and I'm going to serve it with traditional accompaniments. So this is plain yogurt, and this is our tomato onion salad. And this just makes it complete so that it has tomatoes, onions, cumin, cilantro, and it's garnished with coconut.
Oh, is
Isn't
that
cool?
what that is?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it? And you can get this recipe on our website.
Oh, I can smell the cumin. All right.
Okay. You ready? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
The time is here.
Oh, look how thin that is. There is so much flavor.
There's so much going on.
Yeah, but it's delicate and thin. I mean, the
Yeah.
texture is incredible.
And the crust and the ghee, it just like adds like this nice nuttiness to the exterior. Very complex.
Yeah, and the potato filling, I get the sense of potato, but it's not an overwhelming flavor. It really just allows those spices to shine through.
This salad, it just makes it complete. It's like the fresh tomatoes and onions and cilantro,
Yeah.
and then the toasty, roasty flavors of the actual Alu Parathas.
Yeah.
This is just heaven. And then you have this cooling effect of the yogurt to kind of like, quell the Thai chili.
This is spectacular.
This is fun.
Yeah. This is magnificent.
fun?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
You want to make this fantastic flatbread, start by making a bold potato filling. Be gentle when rolling out the thin discs of dough and cook in a cast iron skillet with a little ghee. From America's Test Kitchen, with special thanks to Kamudi and Mira, a terrific recipe for Alu Parathas. This is incredible. We hope you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it.
Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel.
And if you're ready to take your cooking to the next level, head over to americastestkitchen.com and get a free all-access trial membership.
While you're there, you can sign up for our free email newsletters and download our app.
With unlimited access to over 14,000 of our test kitchen recipes and 8,000 product reviews, you'll have everything you need to cook and learn.
So I ask, what are you waiting for?
Let's make something great together.